Hello, Balis. Hello, Dan.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yet, but we will see what comes up.
I send the link right now and we will see.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay. Welkom allemaal. Welcome all.
Ja, hallo, welkom.
Hallo, Paulus. Hello, Adriaan. Hello, Wolfgang.
Hallo.
Hey, je moet Patrick, of hoe heet het? Ja, Patrick moet je eventjes een telegram geven met het nummer. Maar die wil er ook bij zijn.
Oké, ik zet het, maar ik heb het net in onze groep.
Oké, ik zag het
Even
niet.
kijken.
Ik heb het niet gezien hoor.
Oh, wacht even, ik moet het nog sturen.
Ja.
Ja. Goed.
Doe hem ook maar even privé.
Ja, maar hij moet het wel zo zien. Ik heb zijn privé niet.
We hebben een gezamenlijke app.
Oké. welcome international guests, all Ike and yeah, Ike.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Thank you. My first time.
Yeah, welcome. Zo, wat ik dacht wat we gaan doen is, ik heb dat voorbereid. Dat deel wat over de tentoonstelling gaat, vanaf 249. So I thought what we can do is to start the part of the exhibition at 2:49 from this morning, our time. But I will wait a little more. Ik zou nog even wat wachten. Ik heb 1 attendee, maar ik kan niks mee doen. Oh nee. We hebben weer een heel internationale groep. Hello all. Christian, Danny, Gail. Welcome. We will start in a moment with a workshop this morning of the Austrian presentation of the exhibition. Wij willen dat deel van vanochtend van de workshop over de tentoonstelling in Oostenrijk in Linz laten zien. Wat heel duidelijk de materialisatie is van vele, vele jaren. Het is echt een celebration waard. Heeft iemand iets wat hij wil nog even zeggen vooraf? Is there someone who would like to address something before we start with the video?
I miss Pim, I miss Christian, I miss Mark.
Yeah, Pim could not be present today. But Patrick will come in a moment, as I understand.
I posted in Telegram and in the Facebook.
Thank you very much. Yes.
And, no, for knowing the person.
Yes, very good. What do you take from this morning or from the 344th workshop? Everyone? Anyone?
I noticed the field registered in the video between the unity.
You mean between the two units?
Yes.
Yeah, very interesting, yes. Yeah.
It's like a wave from the right side to the left.
Uh-huh.
In the corner from right down, like a wave.
Okay. When we look into the film, you can say stop. Maybe we can see something.
Okay. We entertain you for giving time to the other participants to coming.
Yeah, yeah.
I wish we had witnessed the video where, but I guess it's off for the cameras.
Yes, but the field interfere with the camera, with the registration, with the light, what receive the camera. It's not the first time when you can see the fields with the camera. And for this reason, I search the confirmation what I see everybody. When we achieve the minute and seconds where they see it, I say stop.
Is there an equipment we can use to detect fields?
He asked that someone asked a question, and he answered it. So there will be a possibility, yes, to detect the fields. And as I remember, he said, long time ago, he had already found something but I don't remember exactly what he said. Mr. Keshe. Herinnert nog iemand? Does somebody remember?
I remember Mr. Keshe saying, you are the better equipment for measuring the fields.
Exactly, that was it, yes, that's right. Yeah. Hello Barbara, hello Sebastian.
Een hele goede avond.
En goedenavond Richard.
Kun je me goed horen?
Ja.
Hi Richard, duidelijk.
Hele goede avond. Gezellig zo met z'n allen bij elkaar. Even kijken, zitten we met z'n hoeveel zitten?
Heel internationaal zijn we.
So we have to go in English then?
Ja, in elk geval zowel in Engels als Nederlands.
So we've got a mixed group today.
Ja.
It's possible
Hello,
into
everybody from Canada.
Hello, Barbara.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. How many got to watch it live?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people probably.
Oh my goodness, I'm still vibrating.
Oh, from this morning, or
Oh yeah,
your time, very early morning.
it was from 12 to almost 4 a.m. I always have to
Right.
set my alarm and take a snooze beforehand.
Yeah. Was it worth it?
Oh my goodness, this is a day that's written in history. Of course,
Celebration,
it was
yes.
absolutely worth it.
Yeah. So we will review the video of the presentation, the Austria presentation, in a moment.
Hang on, I'm having a hard time hearing. I'm gonna get my earphones.
Does someone want to bring something on the table beforehand? Welcome, Jose or Jose.
Okay, I'm back. That's better.
Okay.
Yeah, what a beautiful day. I tell you, I just could hear the excitement in Mr. Keshe's voice. I tell you, I felt it all the way over here. I was just like, I'm telling you, this is just, people have no idea how important this is. Like, this is just like, wow.
This is real materialization. It's no more thinking about, it's very tangible now.
Yeah, it's reality. It's
reality.
finally come forth. Yeah, and then it's exciting for you guys too. You guys going to have a major step over there. I was like, oh my goodness. So I told Carla, and she's all excited. Yeah, I don't know if you.
And Mr. Keshe once again announced that he wants to go to the Netherlands for workshops.
Yes,
So I'm
yes.
preparing something for that.
I'm sorry?
I am preparing something for that.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, that's good. I wouldn't understand a word, but that's good.
We are preparing something.
Awesome, awesome.
Ja.
Yeah, that's beautiful times.
Meneer Keshe wil weer workshops geven in Nederland. Hij gaf in 2011, 2012 workshops, met name in Heemstede, maar ook in andere plaatsen. En hij wil dat weer doen. En we zijn er bezig mee om dat voor te bereiden.
We're going to have to learn to speak all one language pretty soon.
Ja, ja. We could be silent. That would be one language.
Well, we could do it telepathically.
Yeah.
Perhaps there'll be a device that we just put on our head and then we just all know, you know, but then we won't need that after a while. So it'd be like that. But there was just so much
to get used to.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Very true. Anyways, I just wanted to share my excitement. I saw that you guys went on and I'm just like, oh my goodness. I'm just like, I don't know if you saw my video, like we're celebrating.
Yeah.
People need to celebrate. They have no idea how big this is. This is history in the making. It's beautiful, beautiful time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful time. Anyways, I'm going to be silent and listen to you guys. I just wanted to share my my enthusiasm. So
Very good, thank you.
you're welcome. Thank you wel.
Welkom, Odd. Welkom, Mark. We gaan zo de video van vanochtend over de presentatie van Linz probeer ik op te zetten. Dus I will start the video of this morning from Linz. So let me try. Which one is better?
Don't forget share computer sound.
Yeah, thank you. Oh.
Please bear with us. I think we're having some technical difficulties.
It's a Zoom. It's not loading up.
Just one moment. Yeah, it's sideways. Do you see it? Do you hear it?
We do
Yes,
see the video.
very
Okay.
clear.
Okay. So it comes sideways?
It is sideways.
No, it's
however,
normally.
You need to turn the camera the other way.
It won't be long. It turns.
Right.
Don't worry.
We're not hearing you, Mr. Keshe. You need to switch the microphone somewhere there.
Yeah,
There we
I
are.
said, as you can see, we are in the exhibition. We have certain limitations. Certain things cannot be shown. And certain things in the process, as you enter, you will come across the what we call the technology, which is based on the space and technology. The banners on the background shows what it is. Each section is covered by its own banner. And we show the extent of the knowledge in the space and defense technology. Some of the dignitaries who come to see the space defense technology. This is their main part, and the technology on the other side. At the beginning, what we see is the most famous first reactor built in Iran. And then we see the babies of the technology. And
I can say that these two reactors were seen in the Fukushima video very closely, very prominently at the end of the Fukushima video.
we go forward. And in that process, we see where we'll see the GANS technology, or the simple way which all of you have started it. And then we walk into what many of you have not seen. What we call GANSes. It's part of the package of technology of GANSes we show, because the elaborate stock of Ganses in the Keshe Foundation head office is huge. We collect, we develop, mix them in different ways, and there are things here which we don't even put in the public domain.
Ik vergeet helemaal om in Nederlands iets te zeggen, want het is de Nederlandse workshop. Dus vandaag, 3 september, is de opening van de tentoonstelling over plasmatechnologie van de Keshe Foundation in Linz, Oostenrijk. Het is echt een lange weg daar naartoe geweest en het is nu, Oostenrijk is nu het hoofdkwartier geworden van Keshe Foundation Worldwide. Dat heeft zeker met Dr. Klaus Briller te maken, die heel veel bijgedragen heeft voor die enhancement unit die we zo zullen zien. Er komt ook heel kort in beeld een voorloper van de enhancement unit die in Oostenrijk door Dr. Klaus Briller onder andere ontwikkeld is. En wat we nu zien zijn gases, gas in nanostate, solid nanostate. En dat is allemaal meer over te lezen op de verschillende Keshe websites.
The materials which create the space plasma fields at the radiation level of space, which I use for many of my researchers. We produce cosmic rays. For a given condition, we produce organs in a combination of these gases. On the table, there is some 24 combination, which gives you billions of combinations, depends how you use it.
Hij laat dus iets van 24 verschillende ganzen zien, dingen die nooit iemand anders gedaan heeft, hele nieuwe materialen. En hij zegt met die 24 zijn er miljarden combinaties mogelijk.
Educated to know how to use this. Some of these are one of the most rarest materials that man can get hold of, but we produce it for that business. Here you see in the background, you're getting a picture of the enhancement units. These are the, what we call 5. And in so many ways, we have the same in the other part as we come into it. And for the first time.
Dat is interessant, omdat die 5 stacker, die zijn pas sinds 1,5 maanden of zo ontwikkeld in de Knowledge Seekers workshops. Of getoond in de Knowledge Seekers workshops. En dat is nu hier ook aanwezig, zelfs in een heel interessant formaat aan de linkerkant. En hier in het midden is die oorspronkelijke gezondheidsunit, health unit, van Dr. Klaus Briller en anderen van Oostenrijk. Dus het is heel mooi om te zien dat Oostenrijk al die tijd heeft verder ontwikkeld en dat is het resultaat geworden, die Body Enhancement Unit en Materiaal Unit, zoals we het zo direct zien.
You
I
are
show you the
noticing.
enhancement unit. This is the body enhancement unit, which many of you have been waiting for. It is in totality, it's beautiful. It covers everything man will need in a space to survive. It is, as we said, you have the chair, and you can see the chair which is there, and what it's everything built to be. It has a beautiful structure. It works. This is one of the versions. The other version is what we call a static. It's like an aircraft hangar. You just go in. It stays always locked because we get a better results, better plasma reactors of it. As we walk across, you'll see the second unit. This is what we call the material unit, which creates every element man needs in the space. In so many ways, you can produce anything in this machine. As you can see, there is a similarity between the two. If you walk back a bit.
Dit is dus de materieel unit waar alle materie kan geproduceerd worden, ook materie die nog niet bekend is. Dus wat in de ruimte is, dat kan hier geproduceerd worden. En hij laat even zien, daar is in het midden is een soort zonachtig iets. En hij gaat nu even terug om van afstand alle twee units te zien.
Here to this position. And you see the two systems next to each other, where you can cover the two. You will see the chair on the right-hand side, and you see the sun on the left-hand side. Inside the center is a sun. We have replicated a solar system. And inside, with a combination of different reactors, we produce what we need. On the right-hand side, when you look, we have created another sun, the soul of the man. When you sit in that seat, in the dome of the system, you have parallel. If you understand the knowledge, you can do anything with it. On one side, you see the sun. On one side, you see the soul. That's all.
Het is dus mogelijk daarmee alles wat iemand maar kan bedenken te realiseren met die unit. Het gaat heel ver. En het is helemaal gebaseerd op het universum, op de universele wetten die er door het hele heelal gelden en die wij tot nu toe nog niet gesnapt hebben hier op aarde.
Creates the body of the man. The sun creates the matters and the stars and the moons and the planets. If you're in the universal galaxy system or in the solar system, nothing has changed. Now you understand why man has become man of space. We feed the soul of the man. We feed the essence of the creation of the man. The same on the other side, we feed the solar system, but the essence of its creation, the sun. This is where the space technology has taken shape. This is where the space technology is complete. In so many ways, if you could change the structure of the sun inside, you become a flying system, the way the sun flies within the solar system. It's very simple. Each unit carries an embedment of its work. It says Universal Material Enhancement System Space Unit. The other one tells you is as it's been built for the body of the man. In structure, if you followed all the teachings, nothing has changed. It's just understanding in which and what we want to do, what we want to achieve, and to what extent and to what purpose.
Dus het gaat nu om wat willen we überhaupt creëren en voor welk doel. En dat is de vervulling van al die jaren teachings van 40, 50 jaar. Wat wat Mr. Keshe en sinds 10 jaar rond dat hij dat met workshops in de wereld gebracht heeft. Dus nu is het echt in de wereld, komt het nu. En hij verwacht ook dat dit weekend internationale kranten of tijdschriften gaan erover berichten. Dus dat het niet meer langer een insidertip is, maar dat er meer en meer mensen geconfronteerd worden mee. Of dat meer en meer mensen horen erover en daardoor ook hun voordeel kunnen meedoen.
You've been waiting for a long time for this. Now the systems are here. Massive numbers of it will be distributed around the world in the coming months. And most probably, on the right, you walk into any hospital, you will see like the X-ray machines and the MRI machines. And most probably, by having these systems, there is no need for MRIs and other things. And then on the left, you see the change in the history of man. We mined, we destroyed the planet to mine the precious materials of it. Now we produce it from the rays of the fields of the sun.
Dus we gaan niet meer langer roofbouw plegen aan de aarde, maar we gaan al die zeldzame materialen creëren door de stralen van de zon te gebruiken om die materialen te creëren hier op aarde. Dus het is over met die roofbouw, met die met afbraak van de aarde, van de atmosfeer, van alles. En Mr. Keshe heeft een paar weken geleden een hele mooie zin bekendgemaakt. En dat is: if we are not hungry, we can be in love of the whole of creation. Als we niet meer hongerig zijn, dan kunnen we houden van de hele schepping. En wat dat heet, is dat we dus ook, we kunnen ons voeden met deze unit. We kunnen een dak boven het hoofd. We kunnen reizen. We kunnen energie, alles wat je maar kan voorstellen. Dus dat is nu, en dat zal in grote hoeveelheden zou dat nu over de aarde verspreid worden. Mr. Keshe heeft 2 weken geleden gezegd dat er een investeerder is voor Nederland. Dus wij krijgen ook een hele rits van deze units binnenkort. Dus dat is nu op komst. Dus we krijgen het heel dichtbij.
As I said, there are a lot of things from today changes. Because up to now was a theory. Could be done. We've shown it in small pieces. Now is a reality. Now is what we possess. Is possessed as a knowledge, is possessed as equipment, is possessed as the data and the material which has been shown, and the world of science will change it, will build what we need.
Dan, you did something you said before, that you saw fields.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that hazy, you see there are fields.
Yes, I see like a wave in this manner.
Okay.
And you see the same thing in the same position, like a bubble, when it's looking about where is the container with guns production, or where is the battle of guns.
Should I go
noticed,
back a little bit?
I noticed when they arrive.
Okay, okay, we go on. Thank you. Great.
Would China would have a hold on the rare earth materials anymore, that now you can even produce more rare earth and rare earth materials of the cosmos level in these machines. I promise one thing, and with that promise, we change the course of humanity. We bring it, we change it, and in so many ways, with it, we bring new dimension. With it, we bring new understanding. With it, we change the course of humanity. Now, you've seen what you've been waiting for. And you've seen what mankind has been waiting to have a system that it can feed his life and include his physicality. And we have completed it. As we walk out.
Dus daarmee is de vervulling gekomen van een heleboel dingen. Tot nu toe was het maar concept of in een kleine raam toegepast. Nou gaat het echt op een grote schaal. En hij heeft ook aangehaald voor China dat al die zeldzame materialen die ze proberen uit de aarde te halen en grote kosten maken daarmee, dat is allemaal niet meer nodig. En voor andere landen ook niet. En wij hoeven ook niet in de ruimte te gaan om in de ruimte te gaan mijnen.
Of the arena, we will come to one point, and that is the other things you've seen. The agricultural unit, which will change everything for us, even if we want to feed the physicality.
En dat is de unit voor de agriculture, voor de landbouw, die intussen al op de website van Keshe Foundation, keshe.foundation, te verkrijgen is.
You can take pictures of the back. Then we've seen different materials in different compositions. The what we call, you can produce any combination of materials you need using this unit at home, agricultural unit, or this is again another handmade of Chinese Keshe Foundation, one of the most beautiful groups within the Keshe Foundation group.
Dus hij bedankt de Chinese groep van Keshe Foundation dat ze dat voor elkaar gekregen hebben. En hij zegt dat een van de mooiste groepen is nu. Er waren problemen in China, zoals in andere landen. Daar komt hij gedeeltelijk nog op terug. Maar dat is het resultaat. Dus heel mooi, heel mooi. En daarmee kan ook weer heel veel geproduceerd worden, heel veel verschillende producten, ganzen, wat dan ook.
You have the standard CO2 unit, which you can capture for whatever you put in the atmosphere. You can clean up. We destroy the planet.
We hebben vanmiddag in de private teaching sessie hebben we over nagedacht wat dit zou kunnen betekenen. Of dat ontstaan is doordat die materialen daar zijn. En het is een infinity loop. Het is heel mooi infinity loop te zien. of het expres iets is wat op die desk geprepareerd is. So we asked in our group this afternoon, what is the reason for this infinity loop around the material? And we didn't know. So if it is on purpose or if it happened because of the fields of the materials that are around. So we don't know, but it's beautiful infinity loop.
And as we can see, we can change in the power unit of the Keshe Foundation. The MagLab units and new power generation units will be shown in this exhibition in the coming weeks. That what we told you, plasmatic magnetic field, will be delivered in time, that there's no need to generate power. Because you didn't understand. Part of the technology of this MagLab unit is used in enhancement units. Is powered at sections we need with the technology. And then many of you at the moment have been struggling with what it is. One cup, one life.
Dus die MagRef units die al 3 of 4 jaar bestaan, die zijn hier nu weer in een nieuwe vorm. En tijdens de tentoonstelling zullen ze opnieuw gepresenteerd worden. En dat is soortgelijk aan die enhancement unit, maar op een kleinere schaal.
The cup of life and a cup of what we call for the body of the man, they have both been set in the true cups. It is a cup in essence, and that's what it does. And more or less, this is what we see as part of the exhibition, our new technology, and each one will change part of the course of the humanity. The material, which the combination of the two units will become a spaceship, and this in time will be taught.
Dus de combinatie van die 2 units wordt een spaceship. En dat wordt in niet al te lange tijd wordt dat bekendgemaakt.
The new units will have the capability to fly, feed, and do everything else at the same time on the wish of the soul of the man.
Gebaseerd op de wens van de ziel van de mens. De wens van de ziel van de mens. Heel mooi.
Any questions?
Well, first of all, congratulations, Mr. Keshe. Beautiful presentation. And it's actually a lovely area. The ceiling is perfect and it all reflects the space technology. It looks very clean and a beautiful exhibit there. Thank you.
We are in the National Exhibition Center of the city of Linz. Thank you very much. We stop transmission, and with it, we complete the whole process. From now on, our work carries on with the national government and those organizations who go into the space development. As I said, one of the first signatories this afternoon is the top 2 nations in space technology. They requested to be here.
So the top 2 nations in space technology, which would be these? Certainly it would be Iran. That was very clear in the recent times. So, we can go on, or we can, whatever we want. We can talk to each other. We kunnen met elkaar over hebben wat daarmee gebeurd is vandaag.
I observe where is the kit of CO2. It's the copper coil or coil, a copper plate. It's hanging with the clips making from iron, like a paper clips in the image. And I noticed the other thing where you see the 5 cups.
Yes.
It's made with the plate. I don't see every specific like behind, and I don't see the coil. I see only the plate. Perhaps I'm wrong. It's better looking better.
You mean that big one, the
Yes.
very massive one?
Yes.
There must be something special. I'm not sure if I can go back to it. Let me see.
And even they called this morning to confirm the delegation coming and expect to.
No, I cannot easily go back because I'm not on YouTube. I'm on.
It's not important. Click
Can I ask you why?
For materialization, why in what manner, Jalal? Good morning.
Why it's not the same 5 cups?
Because it is probably an extension. It's a massive new development that we don't yet know.
Okay. Do you want to make this 5 cups of you and put it there?
How do you mean?
Did you done the 5 cups?
Yeah, partially.
Okay. If someone tell you, you can bring your 5 cups in this area, do you do it?
Between the 2 units?
You see, it's full of all these plasmas. So how you put what is connect to you in this area?
We have already there at least 2 elements. The cup number 5.
No. You didn't understand my question.
Yes, the soul is a command what is need, material or reach your soul. This is a question.
When you make your 5 cups, it's attached to you.
Yeah.
So if you bring this, yours, let's say your son, your soul, your whatever, it is attached to you. I don't think you want to put it there. with all these huge fields of plasmas?
Well, you are always at the center of yourself, so you just can absorb more fields then, I think.
Anyone remember Willy? Knowledge seekers before?
Really, no.
Old knowledge seekers remember him.
Not really, I don't remember.
In 2012, in the WhatsApp.
What you said?
In 2012 or
No,
14.
no, no. He just I think left 2018.
I'm only since this year.
Yeah, this guy once he have a big problem because he done his magra in a special way with a special ganses, and he did suffer a lot.
Oh,
This guy and Mr. Cash advised him to do something with this magra, but something special. We know that if you are in the private teaching, you can go and see what Mr. Cash told him to do. So the meaning here, it's not for me. I think no one in the expedition he dare to do his 5 cups, because if you do it, it's yourself there and it's your energy. So what they done, I think, I also noticed, I was looking to this 5 cups, and I saw it is nearly all plates. I didn't spot any coils like what we do, but I think there is less interaction with the coils, so it will not present, or how you say it, it will not influence the man who done it.
Which means that Mr. Keshe specifically has said nobody enter in this unit, in this exhibition.
Okay, so
Because I remember when you have the plate, all the plate, which means the materialization, and not physicality. Yes, but it's detached. It's not want to putting influence inside of this dome created by space.
I don't know, when I watch it just today, when I watched this very special video, I noticed that, and that was my feeling. I don't know if it's right or maybe it's.
Yes, but my question is, who making these GANs put in the table? No, it's putting also the soul, because it's creator of these GANs. It's connect in certain manner with these GANs.
Yes, but it connects in a way not so specific as the 5 cups, as we do it. I don't know. This is my thought on that.
Somebody need the answer.
I am not here.
meantime, when speaking on the phone, I see a lot of people from Brazil, Spanish group, and I see also the Mark is here. I want to say hello.
Mark, do you remember Willie or Becky?
No, what he wasn't from the Philippines, right? No,
No, no, no.
no,
He
no,
was,
I don't.
He was from Norway.
If
I remember
this
Willie. I remember Willie. Where is
Last,
he?
last he was 2018, I think. Yes.
I think so. Yeah, it's been a long time. Where did he go?
Nobody knows.
is this guy with when he's feeling with the hands, the field of when he's creating this Magrav unity, putting surrounding the circle.
Yeah.
When it's with a stick for measuring what field is create in the is the same guy feeling with the hands closer to the head.
No, no, no.
Okay.
I think he have something attached to his head. I don't remember the picture of him. Anyway, he who have this issue with the Maghreb and the ganses, what he used.
It's not that one who used a lot of glue.
No, no.
Not that one. Okay.
No, no. That is from Philippines, I think, or from Thailand. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
When he's speaking about the sun, this sun in the middle of the no reactors, the unity.
Mm.
In one flash, I thinking hydrogen and helium for achieve the ray of sun. Because I stay impressed of reactor, first reactor with the gases from the patents. And when I see in the one unit, I see the chair, in the others, I see the sun in the middle. Mm-hmm. And I notice these reactors surrounding like a disc, like a circle. It's like I see like Magrav, stacker of Magravs. But perhaps it's not perhaps, surely it's only my thoughts.
He says something about the sun. So yes.
In one you create the sun, rays of sun for materialization. In the other you create, you have the soul.
Yes.
Our soul.
Yes. Yeah.
All the knowledge is inside of this unity. You are see the cups, you are see the reactors 3x3 or 4x4x4, number of 12. You see, which means the Magrav, the sun. You see all the knowledge with Mr. Keshe is brought in these wonderful years. I see in this few picture, few little video.
Yeah. Yeah, he said it's a fulfillment of years and years and years. 50 years, he said. Or even more.
Yeah, yeah,
And he
Richard.
also said about the enhancement units that he plans to have them in 12. So that is very interesting for me because
12,
I'm
12
already a
units.
long time busy with the 12 system, 12 around 1.
Fried,
Ja,
mag ik wat share over jou?
ja,
I would like to share you some things that I've made in the past. And these are 4 reactors, 4 spinning reactors. And we're talking about spinning reactors. The goal at that time was to create a 4-star formation where sort of the interaction field in the middle would be the 5th star, sort of the soul of the reactor. So consisting of 4 stars plus a free field, where I put a maggraph system inside the core of that system, and I span it up for 20-25 minutes. And what I noticed was that my light started flickering in the garage, actually, and and I ran out and went to the switchboard and smelled the electricity, but nothing was wrong. So I opened my front door and I look at the pavement, and my pavement is coming up, and the tiles. And they're moving, and I'm like, oh, smoke is coming out. This is the wrong thing. I'm everything off. So what happened was that my reactor system was a little bit too close to all the metal parts in the surroundings, and was pulling so much field strength that it basically snapped my wire from the main connecting wire coming to my house. Put the whole neighborhood out of power for 3.5 hours. I had to go around and do a lot of things and put the whole thing upside down. So yeah, I have pictures to show you what kind of system that was, to give you a sort of an impression.
Richard, kan je dat nog in het Nederlands zeggen?
Ja, natuurlijk kan ik dat in het Nederlands herhalen. En dat was dan even voor de internationale. En een paar jaar geleden, en dan ga ik tegelijkertijd die content erbij pakken, heb ik een opstelling gehad. En dat was dus eigenlijk een soort testopstelling. En het doel daarvan was om eigenlijk te kijken of het überhaupt effect had. Wat waarneembaar was. Veld te zien of te voelen. Of dat het eventueel zou afnemen in gewicht. Dat was het doel om te onderzoeken. En ik had hem eigenlijk aangezet. En dat systeem draaide 25 minuten. En toen begonnen mijn lichten te flikkeren. En toen rende ik dus naar de meterkast. En toen keek ik naar mijn meters en naar mijn zekeringen. En zag ik eigenlijk helemaal niks aan de hand. Maar ik rook de elektriciteit. En toen opende ik mijn voordeur en toen lag dus het voetpad. De tegels, die kwamen omhoog en bewogen. En zag ik duidelijk dat daar mijn kabel aan het branden was. En ja, er was duidelijk een probleem ontstaan. Niet door normaal gebruik, zeg maar. Dus de kabel had het begeven. En ze hebben daardoor de hoofdkabel door moeten knippen. De wijk om moeten leiden, linksom, rechtsom. En uiteindelijk de hele wijk zonder stroom 3,5 uur. En dat was wel een inzicht waar bij mij in één keer kwam van oké. Dit doet iets meer dan alleen maar voor de grap draaien. En ik had hem al eerder gedraaid. Het was niet voor het eerst dat ik deze had aangezet. Dus het was voor mij een inzicht wat in eerste instantie dacht ik dat hij helemaal niks deed. Hij had al wekenlang in Duitsland een keer gedraaid. nu draaide hij er dan in Nederland en hij had eigenlijk helemaal niks gedaan. En blijkbaar deed hij meer dan dat er waargenomen was. Door mij of door iedereen. Dus, ja.
Maar je wilde het delen. Ik heb je co-host gemaakt, dus ik denk dat je gewoon kan delen.
Ik ga eens even kijken of ik snel die foto's kan pakken, want ik was aan het praten. En dan ga ik hem even snel zoeken. Ja, je kan je een aantal fotootjes laten zien, ook over hoe we de reactoren hebben gemaakt. Moet ik ze vinken? Oh, sorry. Even snel. Daar.
Welcome to the new guests, I want to say. Beatrice, I see, is new. Borgelea, Comforter. Christian, I think, is also. And Jalal, of course, but we have already heard about him. Liliana, Mario, welcome. Skywalker, and Peggy, of course. Welcome to our meeting, Dutch meeting, which is mostly in English. So many English guests.
De 8 half shells.
Yes?
Ja. Ik spin er even heel snel doorheen, want dit zijn niet maar een kleine selectie van fotootjes. Dat waren half-shell reactors, die dan een full reactor maken. Hier staan ze dan opgesteld. Genanocoat en in droommotortjes. Het zijn er 4 die hier spinnen. Onder zie je er 2. Aan de achterkant zit er ook nog eentje. En dan erbovenop. En daar in het midden was een standalone Maghraf-achtig design. Wat circuleerde. Ja, dat zette ik aan en dat klapte de boel eruit. Ja. Ja, en dan ben je enerzijds niet helemaal verbaasd, want je probeert dingen voor elkaar te krijgen. Maar je bent wel, zeg maar, ja, je weet dat je op het goede pad zit, zeg maar. Om het zo maar even uit te leggen. Dit was de kabel die je begeven had. Ja.
So you can also give an explanation in English.
Ja, hier was jij zelfs volgens mij bij, Fried. Toen we hiermee aan het spelen waren.
Gedeeltelijk, ja.
Met de enkele reactoren. Ja, en weet je, wat er gesproken wordt, hè, het is altijd over de veldinteractie tussen verschillende objecten. Hè. Keshe vertelt dan, ja, dit is dan de aarde en de maan. En dan hebben we de zon ertussen. En dat is eigenlijk één systeem. En dat is eigenlijk ook wel zo.
Ja.
En als je dan gaat kijken naar de interacties die het oplevert tussen elkaar, dat zijn veldinteracties. En als je gaat kijken dan naar een opbouw van een systeem waarbij je 4 reactoren bij elkaar gaat plaatsen en ervoor wil zorgen dat dat dus invloed heeft op elkaar, ja, doe je dat soort tests en kijk je of dat dus invloed heeft op elkaar. En je ziet daar dus gewoon wel veel veldinteractie ontstaan. Al was dit niet een helemaal geslaagde test, maar wel om te zien.
Can you give a short explanation in English?
Yeah, of course I can give a short explanation. These are reactors I built in about, what was it, 2017, I think. Yeah, and this is a 4-star formation with a ping pong ball size reactor. These reactors on the bottom and on the top, 3 on the bottom and 1 on the top. I could power them up with a lab supply. They were spinning, and in the middle there's a MagRav unit, basically as a circulation system, keeping the fields inside. There's like a fifth part in there. And yeah, this is ik denk dat ik dit zo genoeg uit heb gelegd in het Engels voor de mensen.
Yeah.
This is enough for you in English? Yeah, this was the cable that burned and then was cut in half, or actually separated. And they let the power through one side, the left side, through one station, and then the other side, or the transformer, to the other transformer. So, and then I was connected to one of the lines again. And then weeks later, they came up and made a connection between the two cables again.
A lot of power.
Yeah. What
buffering.
my theory about this, I started up the reactors. They started up building up fields, and my lab supply was the only connection to my device on power level, I would say. So, but the field was so big, it was just started to connect to every single socket in my house, or at least in the garage. And then the single source, biggest enough source to give me some power was my power cable itself, the biggest one. Yeah, it just started flowing the energy over it.
For electricity guys, it's not put in the question what machine you are putting here, because you don't have this power for burning.
I know. Yeah, they saw it on the. They saw it from far away. What happened? So.
Richard.
Yeah.
I heard you before.
Sorry?
I heard your voice before, and I saw this garage before.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I've been a little bit offline for a while.
Okay, welcome back, my friend.
Yes, you're welcome.
And you have a picture with your father, yes? One time.
A picture with my father.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Is it you?
Is me who? Who's me? Deep question. Yeah.
Still you have your car, small one in the garage?
No, I've moved places, I would say, too many times. I think let's place it the right way. If you wanted to ask me what I've been doing the last years, I discovered one thing. One of the things that I've discovered is that this stuff works. And then you ask yourself, okay, what are we going to do with it? Why are we trying to accomplish certain things? What are we bringing with us, right? So we can say, okay, let's go to space, you know. Oh yeah, let's just jump in a rocket and just jump in and just go. Yeah, but what do we know? And what do we know about other life? And what do we know about our own history? And what do we know of our own planet? And how much care do we take now, and how much care should we take? And what do we know how to communicate properly? And what do we know about energies and all these things that are sort of it's there, but we don't know per se how to get there. And when you start puzzling everything together, you realize that everything is important. So I cannot just step into a spacecraft and just say, oh yeah, let's go. And no, because I need to know a universal language, or I need to know a way how to communicate. I need to know how to fix my reactor if it breaks down and I have to save my ass. Or you need to know all this knowledge so you can be packed with everything you need and save yourself. But not only save yourself, but with that, you save everyone. So building up that knowledge and building up a environment for yourself where you feel pleasant, where you feel alive, where you feel safe. We need to work, you know, we need to work on ourselves, but we also need to work on inventions and new visions and new ideas that just might be so far out sometimes, but are so much like home. And I think discovering a path where science, and let's call the science now plasma technology. And the plasma technology really gives you a new insight in how fields work, how we interact with our environments. Suddenly we start thinking about, why do we give off energy? Is this energy then conscious? Are we transmitting energy? Are we transmitting this in a form that can become tangible? Can we then create everything out of just thinking and believing and feeling and being one with everything? And then I feel very much so. And you try to find the tangible evidence for yourself, where you create a basis where you have certainties, where you have a place where you can go back to and say, okay, this is us. This is me, but this is also you, as a human, as humanity should be. And that's a vision, you know. It's a vision of how you want to be and how you want to reflect yourself towards the universe, because that's how big a planet or a society should communicate with the whole universe. If we step into the universe, into space, we start representing our species, and we start using that same idea to implement that somewhere else. Or are we going to understand that others are maybe doing the same thing, and we have to learn that things are more multidimensional than we might have thought?
And that we have to be peaceful.
Yes, that's the basics. I think the moment you start thinking about creation and the creation of ideas, you need to be peaceful. You need to be in peace with yourself. Otherwise, you cannot. If you're angry, you're probably going to break something. The moment you love something, you're going to care for it.
Kan je nog iets in het Nederlands ook zeggen daarover? Dat is heel mooi.
Ja, dat is wanneer een vraag met de taal Engels, sorry. Ja, uiteindelijk gaat het om een bepaald zielswerk, waarbij je enerzijds een stukje je probeert uit te dagen naar nieuwe inzichten. Een plek probeert te vinden waar je die expressie kunt uiten. Je kunt dat op een spirituele manier ervaren, maar je kunt het ook zien als... we zijn bezig om een project neer te zetten in de wereld, waarbij je naar buiten probeert te kijken en als het ware in een spaceship stapt en de aarde gaat verlaten. In die vorm denkend, niet dat je dat hoeft te doen. Dat betekent niet dat iedereen... Voor de duidelijkheid, hoeft het niet te laten, maar de mensheid wil graag die ontdekking wel doen. En dat betekent dat als je de bagage alleen al bij je zou willen hebben, om dat in zijn geheel te kunnen uitvoeren, is het wel heel erg belangrijk om jezelf de bagage te geven die dus heel erg dicht bij jezelf staat. Waarbij dus dat stukje spirituele en de techniek niet ver van elkaar verwijderd is. Dat we niet... een van de dingen die ik dan... ik ga in het Nederlands toch maar even iets anders. Een van de dingen waar ik heel erg niet per se tegen ben, maar ik denk dat wij leidt ons de verkeerde kant op. Dus bijvoorbeeld dat er gezegd wordt, je moet een elektrode in je hoofd zetten om vervolgens contact te kunnen leggen met je brein. Met de computer. Nou, ik denk het andersom. Ik denk dat als je die controle gewoon lekker wil houden, dan behoud je lekker het lijfbehoud. Er hoeft niks in je lijf in. Je hebt alles al. En dat betekent dat als je alles al hebt, dat je alleen maar het stuur in handen hoeft te nemen. En het stuur is letterlijk het spirituele stuur waarbij je realiseert, oké, ik heb de power. Ik heb de power om dus die controle uit te voeren buiten mij. In een vorm van, laten we zeggen, telepathie. Telekinesis. Ik vind het een beetje careful terms. Waarbij je concentratie gebruikt om iets over te dragen. En dat kan. Dat kan je trainen. En dat is dus ook iets wat je tot je moet hebben als je je verder ontwikkelt. Waarbij je realiseert van, wacht even, als ik dus mijn energie gebruik op een ander, of ik ben in communicatie met een ander, dan leest de ander mij dus in een bepaalde energievorm. Maar als je daarin van bewust bent en er bewust op acteert, dan zie je veel dieper. En als je daar onbewust van bent, ga je niet kijken. Ga je niet zien, ga je niet voelen, ga je niet ervaren. Omdat je jezelf misschien hoger stelt. Waarbij je jezelf soms, je ego-brein, soms maar eens even op een soort positie van stilte moet zetten. Zeggen van, ik hoef hier niks te bereiken. Ik hoef hier alleen maar iets te zeggen wat voelt. Wat je voelt, wat je ervaart. Wat je ziet. Wat je hoort. En de zintuigelijke waarnemingen is in zijn geheel heel erg belangrijk. Ook in je uitvoering, in het maken van ideeën die je wilt ontwikkelen om deze research te doen naar space technology. Dat betekent dat je je bezighoudt met het uitvoeren van creativiteit van jezelf. Maar uit het collectief. Je bent aan het samenwerken. En de balans die je vindt op het moment dat je in balans bent zelf, op een spiritueel niveau, en je volledige capaciteit kent, dan ben je bezakt genoeg, bezakt genoeg om het pad te belopen. En dan zie je en ervaar je en ga je leren. En ga je dieper voelen. Je dieper ervaren. En meer zien. En dan realiseer je dat je eigenlijk een soort co-creator bent in een wereld die magischer is dan dat we ons realiseren soms.
Ja. Dank u.
Ja.
Heel mooi. Ik had eigenlijk nog een filmpje willen laten zien van Mehran, die heeft wat ingesproken, maar dat filmpje komt bij mij niet naar voren. Heb jij toevallig wel, even kijken, MacMystic, heb jij het toevallig wel, dat filmpje? Mark?
Ja, dag Fred, dag iedereen. Het filmpje staat op de Telegram, maar ik ben
kan het niet downloaden.
Ja, en ik ben ook een klungel op digitaal gebied, dat ik het nog niet dadelijk zou weten hoe dat ik het hier kan toveren.
Dan moeten we dat voor de volgende keer doen, maar dat is goed.
Ja.
Oké.
Ik heb het wel op mijn Facebook gezet.
Oké. So, dear friends, who would like to bring something in our beautiful gathering of 19 worldwide knowledge seekers? Something from today's workshop or something else, maybe?
Hi, it's Barbara. I don't know what I missed. I had to step away for a little bit, but I was wondering if people would like to share their experience. You heard mine. about it. If everybody hasn't done that already, that would be kind of good to hear, and what people are feeling. If that's possible.
And experience that what with this workshop today, or?
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah, that would be wonderful. So, who would like to start? Or go on?
The same feeling I have when it's starting the reactor in China. When you participate, when you create the history, you are alive in the middle of the events.
Mm-hmm.
One is like how to say, when you have the goose skin.
Goosebumps.
When you have this tingling, when your energize is sparking around. The same feeling I have today.
Okay.
So now we know you have goosebumps.
No, always this is my system of how to say, to detect like a deja vu, or my system of protection. When I have the goosebumps, I know it's so strong, the emotion is manifest, or when you are in danger, also feeling before.
Yeah.
Or when we are happy.
Stick to that word, what you said. This is the most powerful thing humanity have. There is no such a thing in the existence. Maybe 5% from the existence have such a thing. And this is what we should really, really concentrate in. And this is the emotion.
Jalal.
Yes, my dear.
It's Peggy. While I have a voice, I was just thinking about the goosebumps, and of course, to create the goosebumps, which is a physical manifestation of the emotions, the skin contracts. That's why you get the little goosebumps.
Oh.
So I just was thinking about that, and it's a physical manifestation of the emotional feeling that is non-tangible, but that's what makes us special, like you said, the emotions. But that little trick is pretty special too.
Yeah. See, and remember what Mr. Cass said. You see, all these entities, what they have from knowledge and in which place they are, they will come here, or we will go there to teach them this emotion side, because they do not have it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's happened here in this earth, it's unique. All this diversity, even you know, this is a wrong word, but this is our history. All this killing and stealing and robbing and loving and caring, all this diversity of feelings, which made this unique. If we only just drop what is the wrong thing from this emotion, this feeling, oh my God, and connect it to the soul, and see your what you call it, goosebumps, where it will go, how much it will expand.
It's strange because when Peggy say, I thinking, oh, if my skin is shrinking, my physicality is shrinking, which means what happened? My soul is extending.
Yes. Yes, yes, that's exactly what happened.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But sometimes we took this emotion in the opposite side when we have, you know, this fear. It's do the same thing, but you know, and that now it comes the magnetical and the gravitational.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them, it can lead you out of this physicality, but which is better? Love and care, or fear and sadness?
Now I
Well, I was
remember of sheep skin when it's turning upside down. Sorry, Peggy.
no, that's perfect. I didn't want to interrupt you. Go ahead, Dan Ballas. Go ahead for a minute.
And just a few minutes for. No, I notice you remain without voice in the daytime. In the nighttime, you have voice back.
It's a matter of the timing of my medications, is what you're noticing.
Okay.
Improved after the medications, not so much when it's coming up on time of taking more. But anyway, we don't worry about such things. So I'm putting together that with seeing the beautiful event this morning, or for me, it was midnight. So, but this morning's show and tell, it was beautiful. The excitement within you is, you said it reminded you of when they were starting up the China unit. For me, I wanted to add and let you know that for me, it was that, and for me, it's an very special type of excitement, because we can have many types of excitement too. And again, you know, with our emotions, there's so many different types of excitement. And this is a very special excitement that so far, it's been multiple times, but it's only been within the foundation that I've had this type. And I had it also, like you, but I also had it when, do you remember, what was it, 2017? I think it was the month of June or the month of July. We had public meetings twice a day. Well, it was basically all day long, but there was an AM and a PM for a whole month. You remember that? And that was so exciting. And then at the end, that was the workshop or the blueprint for world peace, I think. Because that's when we signed everybody to the World Peace Treaty.
It is beautiful designs.
Yes, yes. And so it was during that excitement, the feeling of that excitement. And I felt it again another time, and then also the China time. And it's a very specific feeling that we, you know, I use the word excitement, but that's only because we don't have a word for it, what I feel. And that deserves its own special feeling. But I just wanted to share that with you, because I agree with the feeling of the China unit. Love you guys.
Very beautiful, Peggy. What I could add to that is maybe I realized this morning that all those who were live present on the different channels, listening and learning about this exhibition, we were connected beyond time and space. So it's such a special opportunity to be connected all over the world, seeing for the first time something and being attuned to it, because it's so exciting. And indeed, goosebumps.
Can I tell you a trick, guys? This is from teaching of Mr. Keshe. He said, if you want to achieve something, and this is for you, Peggy, please listen carefully. You know, when you win a lotto, what will happen? In that
Wait,
moment.
Jalal, say that again. My headset cut out. Start again.
Okay. This is from Mr. Keshe teaching. He said, if you understand it, you can achieve whatever you want. He said, if you win a lottery, you know the feeling, that moment,
Yeah.
what's happening?
Yeah.
You're sharing with all of us.
You are completely supported by the universe.
What is happening in your body in that moment when you know that in this second you win a lottery?
Yeah.
Your heart will pump like, you know, like a drums. It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
5 kilos of adrenaline in 1 second.
Yes. And if you connect a thought and this second with the heart, you achieve whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
And the meaning for you, Peggy, what if I say, if you open this box, you will be cured totally?
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
you have
why I've been trying to get in on a waiting list for John. I've been I've been wanting that waiting list for 2 years.
You don't need it. Look,
I know we can do it remotely. I heard Mr. Keshe.
No.
It depends on what we're looking for.
Depends on your emotion. Let me tell you guys a story. Just I know it is a real story. I know about it just last week. And I was in a country where there was a lot of dust. Really, in Kuwait, there is, you know, in the year maybe we have at least 4 or 5 months of dust. Yeah, but we used to that. And I know one woman of my relative, and that time before, how much, 40 years, at least 40 years, she was very old. She was in the 50s, and she had asthma, very, very bad asthma. And there is a cure for her, and there is so many medical treatment for her. But when we go back to Iraq, and you know, in the 90s, Iraq was in a way good, but you know, every day it get worse. There's no medicine. There's nothing. Nothing is healthy there. When I went out from Iraq, I forget about this woman. And last week, I noticed she's still alive. And when I asked about her, oh my God, and that time I swear, guys, I saw her dying every time she get this asthma. She's really dying. And I said, how is she? How is her health? What about her asthma? I said, oh, you don't know? I said, what? I said, look, this, her son-in-law in Iraq, you know, there is some little bit treatment, but in that time, that there was very worse condition that you cannot go outside your door because killing and raping and everything in that time so worse, bombing everywhere. And he said, in that time, she get her asthma condition. What can I do? If I go out, if I put my hand out of the door, they will snap my hand. I said, my God, should we die for this old woman? Can we do something? Nothing. And I said, look, Mama, I will do something, and God, maybe He can forgive me. He said, I brought her to a room and let her in the room, and I closed the door and I pray to God that I do not hear, you know, that moment of dying, because he knows 100% she will die. Yeah. No treatment, nothing. In that time when she having this asthma, there is some treatment for her, oxygen and this spray and something, small things to help her. But he said, I put her in the room. I said, God forgive me. I cannot do anything because I have children, and how I can take her? If I go out, both of us we will die. So he said, I put her in the room, I close the door, and I pray for God that I do not hear in that moment something bad. And I went out in the other room. I stayed there for, he said, maybe 1 hour. He said, I am positive 100%. If I go in, I will see her dying. They died, dead. So he started to hear some noises of her, and after maybe 10 minutes, nothing. He came in and he saw her sleeping. He said she did. He came to her and she's still alive, and she's calm. There's no noise in her chest, nothing. He said, I didn't wake her, I didn't do anything. I said, maybe this is the last moment of her soul to go out. So I closed the door again and and I went out. And he said, I let her sleep all the night. I didn't sleep. And he said, in about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, she came out from her room and she started to speak very well. And she made her some tea and like small breakfast. What the hell? What happened? And he said, if he asked me, I will tell him what happened. But for him, until last week when he brought me this news, he don't know what happened. Absolutely, he said this is a miracle. So what Mr. Keshe said, it is emotion side. This is psychological thing.
Connecting to the moment when it started.
Yeah, but because in that time she don't have anything to hang on to live, so she let go that emotion which was controlling her or make her sick.
Mm-hmm.
And
detachment.
Yeah, she, finished. And he said from that time, this is before 20 years, no, not not once she have asthma. And sometimes she remember, you know, where is my medical? No, because she's old, huh? And she start to remember this her medical sprays or what she's drinking or the tablets. She said no, for 20 years she didn't have any more asthma.
Oh.
Because she lived the moment, you know, her heart really beated. So he said, I swear I heard what she was going through. So why we force what we do something in that the environment force us to do? Why don't we do it from our thought?
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, thought and energy of the heart.
Mm-hmm.
If you combine both of them and real, you know, he said, like you win lotto. If you hear this heartbeat, and when just now you speak about the goosebumps, that mean what that mean? There is emotion is coming out. So make this emotion with the thought.
You mean combine the two?
Combine it together.
Yeah.
Finish. High level and low level. What you want more?
Mm-hmm.
I hope I can do it one day. I'm trying.
Maybe we did it this morning. I think there were a lot of high emotions this morning.
Yes, yes. Was a very beautiful emotion.
Hi, it's Barbara. I just wanted to jump in for a second. I just wanted to say, maybe this is something we can do after we're finished here, is to lift Peggy up in prayer and meditation and to give her the strength and the energy until she's able to get into the enhancement unit. She's a beautiful soul. And we know the power of prayer and meditation. We witness it, just like Janelle had talked about. I've witnessed it. And we witnessed it today with Mr. Keshe, his dream of humanity. And I'm tingling. My body is just vibrating right now, listening to you guys talking. As the Dutch would say, chicken skin, I was told that's the... and or somebody's walking over your grave, and I find it's euphoric. It is a feeling that is deep within our soul. I practice heart math, and so I teach the heart. Actually, the Dutch police, they have that. And so this is when we're tapping into our heart, is we're tapping into our intuitive wisdom. And so we are all connected. And so Keshe, you know, he talks about this, and this is our vibration. We are connected, and we create this wonderful field. You know, when the monks, they get together in prayer, or when there's a disaster, people, they come together, and we all come together. So I just wanted to say thank you, you guys. You are beautiful souls, and it's very emotional for me. I was dancing today when that was announced. I was like dancing around the house. I'm sure anybody who saw at 4 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock, I'm just dancing, got the music on, dancing. I'm having a party. So I just wanted to share that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara.
But if Peggy is not here, I am with you 100%. But unfortunately, Peggy is here. So we cannot do that. And don't listen to that, Peggy. We will not help you in anything. I am serious. I am not joking. Really. If she is not here, yes. I wouldn't do that.
You're so sweet, Barbara. I love you, sister. You're so, and Jalal, you know, don't stub your toe, okay?
That's
I
right,
always
because
say
it's
I'm
my
on
toe.
his toe. I'm
That's
always
my
with
toe.
him. I'm either on his toe or I'm sitting on his workbench. Oh, Barbara, you're so sweet. Thank you so much.
Most welcome.
We can do it for all because we have all the hidden shortcomings. So, and then we create a collective field where everything is possible. Healing, enhancing, comforting. Thank you. Yes, exactly. Peggy shared in the chat, I give freely from my soul to all souls in existence. Take what you need. I am present. I am present. Ik geef vrij van mijn ziel aan alle zielen die er bestaan. Neem wat je nodig hebt. Ik ben aanwezig. Dean, did you have also the 5-stacker photos?
Sorry, Fried, I forgot to share the sound before, so I couldn't tell you. No, that was literally live. So I was just grabbing images as it was going live. So I haven't gone back to the actual video to actually do it, you know, in a more formative way.
But that is wonderful presentation you had made. Thank you.
You're very welcome. It just sort of help us because you can connect with that wonderful those units, and the MAGRAPH fields there. It's just for all of us, all those beautiful souls here, we know and we feel it. You can feel the feels from here. Just a thought and an intention, and you're with it. You're instantly there. And as you've all been discussing and pointing out, I mean, with any ailments you've got or whatever, I mean, for Peggy, we need to give Peggy. So if we give our intention to those units and then give that on to Peggy, let's help Peggy with everything we possibly can from our souls, because we love Peggy and we want to help her and heal her, as we do everybody. So if we just all come together and just do those beautiful power soul things that we know what to do now with our intention and our thoughts, because we're all just the most magical, wonderful beings of the universe. We've just forgotten ourselves, and we're just reawakening thanks to Mr. Keshe. So let's start healing each other and helping each other, because that's what souls do. They love unconditionally and they give unconditionally to each other. That gives them more joy than anything else.
And you know, we have in fact built very much up to today, because we heard about it, we knew about it, we shared about it. people ridiculed it, but we stayed on. We didn't, most of us, I think, we didn't falter by ridiculing. So now it's the fulfillment. And we are so much empowered because of that. And we can empower a lot of other people. Those who have said, we want to see it first. Well, now, have a look now. It's real. I see
When
in the Netherlands, there are so many people who know about it.
wow, that's beautiful. That they know about it, Free. That's
And
wonderful.
in Belgium, of course. So
Of
many
course.
people. It was on universities.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. It just goes to prove that many people know deep. Well, it's not deep, it's their souls. Their souls are telling them the truth. Their physicality bodies are they're just an illusion to them, an illusion to the old system of money and everything we know. So this is breaking down those fields and those barriers. It's taking it away.
Yes, here we are. All plates.
Beautiful, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Jalal, I'd like to speak to Jalal. He was saying about taking your 5-cup system to, or being part of that, and taking your physical body in near the units. So what was your what were you trying to say there, Jalal? Because I sort of come in and sort of heard some of it. If you're still present.
No. Palace, when he saw the video, he said the 5 stickers, what we know, we have coils in it, and what Mr. Keshe showed, it is plates. So why there was a plates, not a coil, like what we know? And my reply was, I said, do you want to put your cups there in that field? Because that 5 cups, it's you. It's your attention, it's your, your DNA and everything. It's your soul. Do you want to put it in that environment? It's a huge field strength of plasma. And just after that, Richard show us what he done with the cables. So,
Okay. So, but Jalal, so you're spiking my interest because I'm planning to go. Well, I've paid to go to the exhibition, so I'm the 5 cup. That is my soul. That's my physicality, my reality. I'm going to walk into those fields, so I am going to be present there.
yeah, that's different. That now it's your emotion and your filter. What it takes, what it need from there.
Mm-hmm.
But that 5 cups, if you are really not controlling it, so in a way, I don't think anyone want to play with it.
I have the feeling that it's so much down to earth when you use only plates.
Yeah, because we know the interaction is not much like the coil.
Yeah. And Joseph Becker put something in the chat. There were also coils on the 5 cups. Which one, on the right side or where we saw mainly the plates?
So Jalal, just another quick question whilst you're here, is the so the cup of man, do you think think that's still relevant? Because I have a cup of man that sat in my environment, and I think that's had an effect. That's had a very big field effect all around my environment. I know that for sure. So even without making the 5-stacker, you're still creating souls and interacting with souls in all the GANs technologies and all the cups that we've made.
Mhm.
I don't know. I am now watching this photo. What is the photo? It went away. Maybe there is a coils in the end. Yeah, there is a coils. You see in the top?
Mhm. Yes. And probably also on number 4. Yeah. Number 3. Mm-hmm. And on the right side, the lowest one looks also only coils. So interesting.
No, it
That
is.
must be a power station.
It is not one coil in the box. It is 3 in the row.
Aha.
That's why we see it as one plate.
Yeah.
Now it's understandable. Yes.
Endless combinations here.
Just look to the picture and put your hand to the cup of the emotion. You will feel it, what's happening there. This is the simplest.
The most interesting part would be if you can influence the fields and how you would influence them. Can you visualize that? Or does it have effect on the material you produce?
Give them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are present in this exhibition, I think a lot of energy fields will be
Yeah.
sensible. Certainly, if you have followed the teachings such a long time, because that builds, every time it builds.
Yeah, it's like a history collection altogether there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
Everybody who was there is carrying field strength from the devices, from the people. And it's spreading out a wide area around.
Oh.
I have seen on the landscape directly beneath the event where it's taking place is the TV station. A big TV station, and on the other side a charging point from the power delivery station from the state.
Uh-huh. So you were in the exhibition, were you, Joseph?
No, but I was on the conference last year.
Can you mute Lissy's microphone, please?
Yeah, that was the one.
And I know from the conference we had very strong and big fields there. And it's like a process that started with it. It's like with the reactors you have at home. If you have them in your home, in your near, through connection, if conscious or unconscious, you have the opportunity to make easier changes. And with the changes you're making, you are giving to humanity because you are a part, and if you are giving to you the changes or you make it possible that the changes at your side come through for peace, for that you have everything you need and some other things.
Mm-hmm.
And if it has come true for you and you could manifest it in your life, then you will start seeing changes at the others. Some of us have already parts and they could see one or the other change.
Mm-hmm.
And
so Dr. Klaus Briller would be in a very beautiful space.
Yes, and 100% without time. He mentioned before working with these units, he had some problems to get to meetings because he forgot the time.
So Austria is now the headquarters of the Keshe Foundation. Very interesting.
Yes, but it will move in future to this one land.
You mean Malta?
Malta, yes.
So that is still in the picture?
I have heard it that way in one of the knowledge seeker workshops of the near past.
Because I thought that was the plan, and then it has changed to Austria.
I don't know the exact reason for it. Corona may have played a role in this decision. I'm also hoping that the government of my country has offered working together.
Yeah, go on.
And we will see what comes out. Some things have to be in the background. Some things have to show up on certain points. And we will 100% see a big beauty. And I have just the German word in mind. Spannend. It's exciting somehow.
Yeah.
Where and when everything shows at the end at meta level. Because there are so many processes I could never see. I could never get some kind of Bestätigung that it's there.
Confirmation.
Confirmation, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
But it's there and working.
she comes back. Okay.
She insists.
like our dear Italian
Stefania.
Stefania. Yeah, I wonder how my government, the Netherlands, how they will react. To that wonderful news.
What's the clock? What's the time?
The time is 10:18 here, so that is 2 hours and 18 minutes we have.
Look in the both size, the time in the workshop, and yes, you are right. Like how long is this meeting for not separate the limit?
It is, we had the first meeting and that was a little bit too long. That was more than 6 hours, so that is also possible.
For us, it's habitual from 6 hours, 7 hours. It's not.
We did it during the KF Wiki. 10 hours, 11 hours. But that was a little bit, that was a lot.
Ven para acá, mami. Ven.
You can just temporarily move her back to the attendee.
Oh, that could also be a possibility, yes. Yeah, I remember that you, I think you said once that you want to stay on attendee because of the mobile, that sometimes it inadvertently.
Yep, if you're trying to work and multitask, it does open.
Yeah. But we have new guests, so welcome all the new guests. I see Beatrice, I think I didn't see her before. Maud, Sultan.
You have very various. You have Dean, no? You know it. Richard, I'm glad to hear you again. We have the Barbara with a beautiful voice. You have the Beatrice from Spanish, no Spanish, Mexico. Yes, Spanish, like I say. You have the Bulgaria Vasilia from Romania. You have the Comfort. You have the Christy Bond also from Romania. You have Jalal. Everybody knows Jalal. I'm glad to be friends with Jalal. And everybody, you have the Jose Morgaz from Spanish group. You have Joseph. Glad to. I remember you from the testimonials. You have the Liliana Lopez, which is we will see from the Spanish group and Portuguese.
Brazil?
No, Brazil. Spanish group.
Mexico.
You have Lindsay, also from Brazil and Spanish, if I remember well. You have Mario and Lara. Here, I don't know, it's Italian or also Spanish. You have Mark, for English. You have Mr.
That is from Belgium.
Yes. You have Paul.
Mode, I don't know. I never saw Mode yet.
And Peggy Skywalker, and you lose Zoltan also from Romania.
Yeah.
It's beautiful when you see this list and you know everybody.
Yeah. So you did a lot of good work, Dan.
I do it nothing. Not yet.
Yeah, Dan, I'd just like to say thank you for your beautiful soul, because you do a lot of work, and you're like a lot of you beautiful people. You're starting to really resonate and help many souls, and you have got a very beautiful soul, Dan. Thank you very much for everything you've been doing around the foundation. It's very beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Don't thank me, because my part of me it's inside you, and part of you it's inside me.
Yeah.
We together, we are one.
Yes.
Everybody make what can, and what is offered, give it freely from our soul.
Mm-hmm.
Like Aurangela say and Peggy, thank we.
Yeah.
Dan, you need to be careful. You might start becoming transparent and disappearing.
Don't worry. If I am transparent, I leave some trash, some clue. Don't worry.
What is amazing, Paris, that you have such a love that you learned English. My God, this is really remarkable.
I learning English, I learning French, I learning Spanish, and I remember Italian, all for love of foundation, for cash. My problem is needed to share it with others. All what I achieve, like knowledge, is needed to sharing with others. And step by step, I try to give back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And sharing multiplies. So the more you give, the more you receive.
For chapter 5, book 1. Yes. Why already I have all this thank you? Why all for me? For us. I am already full? No, never. Always we are empty, for leave the space for pulling inside more. More you put, more you give.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, do you remember the point, the moment when everything changed for you, where you understood the information, the technology enough for you to change your position to become such a giving soul? Can you share a little bit of your journey?
I try to, yes, my first interact with, like say, foundation is through the Rick. I not in this time, not this. In 2014, 15, when it's a Sunday, have the RIC meetings, and when they explain how it's with the stacker of Magrav, what is gravitational, what is magnetical, no? And my first words in English, I say, it's like a Tesla coil. And after I started to watching, and I not understanding nothing, only in the emotion part, in the side of emotional, because my English and everything else, it's a lot of mess, which means I don't know in that time. And I started watching and learning how making Magrav. I think in 2015, I take the decision for understanding a little bit first to construct or making the Magrav. I start reactors from making the basic guns. First, the nano-coating, it's with zinc, not with copper. And I watching, I participate, I know in Adrian, in the Romanian Zoom. I starting participate every week. And step by step, I search the other groups in the other language. I start not communicate, because always communicate, to putting in the words or in the speaking way in the different workshops, put in the question. This is my first, always, I don't put one question for 3, 4, and so on. I participated, it's not for me, I participate in reactor group and testimonial and everything else because I'm learning from all of us, from each of one. Everything, not everything, because I have a lot of learning. Piece by piece, one idea from here, the other idea from there, and I put in together from workshops of Mr. Keshe. I try to share with the others my point of view of my understanding, because I don't have, and never I have understanding of Mr. Keshe to the other knowledge seekers, because each is not separately, it's individual specific Magravs, which means last time Mr. Keshe saying, if you identify with the fire, you are the fire, or the candle, or the stone. Yes, you can feel what feeling. I don't know if it's possible. I put in shoes of the others. Perhaps sometime, I don't know. I searching. Point of turning, when I realize it's one purpose why I know from the foundation. I don't know what is my purpose. I searching this answer. What is my purpose? But step by step, I try to understand more. Nothing else. Sometimes it's we, like a nation, we are habit to interrupt others, don't asking the permission. And this point I want to learning for asking the permission. Can I? And here I learning from Jalal and Mr. Keshe. Sometimes it's needed to keep quiet and listen careful instead of, because when I feel something, I already spoken. And after I say, oh, what I say. It's very difficult. In a way, it's control my emotion and interact with the others. I have a lot of learning. This is all. I don't know the point exactly. Point where I turning. I don't know what is it, because it's a lot of points of in my way in my.
It reveals itself when we are humble enough to let it become. So indeed, sometimes no words are needed, and then it's another moment when one word is so powerful, becomes so powerful, so that I must say for myself also that I learn to be more silent and to wait until something really shows up. Sometimes I have a thought, and then also with Mr. Keshe expresses this thought. I don't even have to say it. And that's a good feeling.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Frida. And thank you, Dan, for that wonderful explanation of your journey. And Fried, what you just said is very, very true. With Mr. Keshe, that happens so often that you have a thought or you have a feeling, and just as you're about to express something or you think something, it happens instantly. It manifests. It happened a few times today with the way Mr. Keshe was speaking. So what you've just said there is exactly what I've experienced as well. So thank you for that, Fried.
Mm-hmm. And that has to do with the field, that our field is so much stronger every week, I would say. And certainly now that this extra dimension, I mean, it started already with the scientific paper of Iran. That was very concrete. Named city, people around, so that no one could anymore say, yeah, it's pipe dream. It was more real than a lot of other things. And that helps to that field enormous. Like 100,000 Iranian people help each other with the cups. Isn't that amazing?
The Iranian people have, since I've been following the teachings, and I've learnt this this beautiful way with the Iranian people, the families. They're culturally. Mr. Keshe has explained it through the teachings, and I've been in the teachings for a long, long time now. They're such a beautiful, loving, really loving, deeply loving community within the family. They really are so tightly knit, and they really care for each other with love and care. And that's and so the environment that surrounds them and surrounds their family really spreads out. The fields that they give amongst themselves and passes their own magravs between themselves is so powerful, so strong. And that's probably why they've been so contained within their nation, because opposing forces will try to suppress this, but the truth is out now. The cat's out of the bag, and it's spreading across this planet. And it's not just Iranian, there's much more than that. But from my experience, they are an incredibly loving people.
Yeah, I heard from friends, they were in Iran, and they said they never experienced such hospitality like in Iran. Never ever in the whole world. It's unique.
Yeah, I know. You've only got to look at the Telegram group. You see what they write, and it's just constant. It's just amazing. And the way that they all came together when the virus was hitting, and the way they went out and sprayed and just helped each other. It just, and the whole, many people just came together and just got the job done. Just stood up as a soul and said, right, let's just sort it. I just so wish that this could happen in the UK. But the conditions, the environment are totally different. In the UK, the family structure is over the time period that I've lived in the UK. It's gradually been eroded, broken down by society, by the environment and the conditions. It's a very slow process, so most people don't see it. And then it migrates from one generation and gets deeper embedded into the next generation, and they don't even realize it's happened, and they just accept it. And then it happens again, and it gets accepted again, and it's exactly what's happened with the virus. It's that same thing with wearing the masks. And then so the next generation thinks wearing a mask is normal. No, it's not. No, it's not. So that's why it's so the beauty of the Iranian people that understand and love each other so deeply, and then that is now coming to the whole of humanity. Those Maghreb fields, that beauty is across the planet. And I know the people in this group and all the groups that are being touched by this information are starting to really understand the power. I mean, look at all the nationals in here now, all the different nations, all joining as one and loving each other. That's all thanks to Mr. Keshe. I mean, from one seed. Look what's happened already in a very short period of time. For us, it's for Mr. Keshe, it's 40 or 50 years. But in reality, to the universe, it's a fraction of a second. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful.
And we can experience it. We can witness it.
You know how to witness that? That speed?
Tell us, Jalal, please.
We do it every day.
Yeah.
You know how many hours you sleep? Some of us sleep 8 hours, 7 hours, 6 hours.
5 hours.
5 hours or 4 hours.
Occasionally.
And in that period of time when you sleep, you get a dream. How much time you get that dream? Maybe 1.5 second or 2 seconds or 3 seconds. You live maybe a full story in that 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget, some of the dreams is emotion dream and some of the dreams is soul dream. And if you compare 4 hours minimum to 8 hours and you skip all this time in maximum 5 seconds. So this is the travel what Mr. Kai speak about.
Jalal, you can even go further. When we have an experience that really changes ourselves, it's like a lifetime, because we can now have experiences in a few hours, in a few moments that earlier needed a lifetime to go through. So when you line up, when you look back into your life and you look to the experiences, it's an endless stream of experiences that earlier needed one life to go through. And now we go through it in a matter of hours or days or weeks. So that is how I see timelessness.
I remember Mr. Cash, what I said before, how much? Before 1 month, 2018 you said that and that. He said, oh, this is ancient. What he's speaking about? My God. Yeah, it is. You know, the knowledge what we get every day. Oh my God! It need normal time. It need thousands and thousands of years to learn.
Compressed, yeah. Because we are ready to step over the limitations that we had earlier in restrictions, like we were part of a certain class, a certain group. We don't need to be anymore. We can be of all groups.
Exactly.
King and beggar, all the same.
There is no king. There is no king.
Yeah, there's no kings.
Of course not.
There's no king,
kings.
no beggar.
When you are in these extremes, you will understand that these are illusions.
Which cell is more important, the toe or the finger or?
Yeah, it's the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it. When you start to realize and understand that one tiny little cell and a universe is the same and equally as important, it changes a lot of your thought patterns that you have, that where you would think a negative thought about a situation or something, and you suddenly, when you actually comprehend that this knowledge, you think in a different way. In fact, you don't think, you just, your soul speaks with you, and you understand things in a very loving way. You don't react. I find myself now, and I'm sure many of you have experienced this, when you get confronted by somebody who's being aggressive or something, you don't react in an aggressive way. You're very peaceful and calm because you have that GANS reaction within inside yourself that is very peaceful, and so that goes to the person who's very angry or upset, and instead of reacting, I've noticed they tend to calm down. Mm-hmm. When you give somebody love back, even when they're being very angry, that you notice that they will calm down gradually. And that gift is given to all of us with this knowledge, and that can be with any given situation. And as I said, from an atom to a universe. And when you understand that beauty, you as a soul and as a human being, as mankind, you become mankind.
Yeah, that beautiful quote.
It's very true, Fried. It's very true.
That we have a long time to find out.
Yeah. I wish some more people would start to. Sometimes you need to be on this path a little bit longer. But when you actually really start to understand yourself and live in your truth, you do become fearless. And many people that I know, they listen and listen. I did the same thing. You can listen, and I did that for a very, very long time. But at some point, you will be elevated by this technology, if you want to call it technology. But your soul will be elevated to the point where you will feel free to be able to express yourself. And at that moment, that was the moment I was trying to get Dan to realize that when you become free, you can express yourself in any way, in any shape or form. And then I think you really are the man of the universe, because you suddenly you resonate in a totally different way. And I think that's very important for people to understand that this beautiful technology, the nano and the GANs and the fields interaction and the teachings, these soul teachings, are They're so beautiful, and they touch your physicality and they touch your soul to an extent that you become a universal being. Thank you, guys.
Mhm. Thank you, Dean.
Thank you. I'd just like to say that I love you all so dearly, all of you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we have found each other.
We say, I have room in my heart, no, for
Oh,
all this love. And when don't find the place in my heart, I give to the others. You know, I keep this habit to spreading where is the meetings, no, or at least where is I participate in the meetings. I advise everybody else. It's not important if you know the language who's speaking. Mr. Keshe always say, when you're learning the universal language, you don't need the words, the other language. And I advise because you feel the emotion to the others.
You know, Paris, you remind me. And one time, I was, I go always to the teaching, especially in the private teaching, and there was the Chinese teaching. Yeah, I really, and you believe me, guys. Sometimes I go to a teaching without thinking. So that time I was in the same thing, and I clicked in this video and I watched. You know, after maybe 5 minutes, I really understand what he's really saying, huh? And my wife come in, and she said, "What you're doing?" I said, "What?" Yeah, really, like, you know, some child done something wrong, huh? She said, "What are you doing?" I said, "What? What you are watching?" I said, "This teaching." I said, "Yeah, I understand, but I know you go to sometimes to the Spanish, sometimes to the English, German, but Chinese. When did you learn Chinese to say? Did you understand what he's saying?" I said, "In a way, yes, but it's no matter. I'm watching only the pictures. What can I say? I cannot say that I understand or I know Chinese." And she said, "You know, I will let you here in the garage because day by day you become more crazier. And so it's better to you stay here."
yeah.
So it's the same what I'm saying.
Don't worry, Jalal. We have the big garage. We have all the have the place in the garage.
Yeah.
I think it's time to wrap up. Like Rick say, I want to only saying I'm selfish sometimes and arrogant. For this arrogance, I learning for be humble, but I try. I listen in the Farsi group, and when speaking Hazam Bujaran and the other doctors, sometimes I see the picture, sometimes explain through the picture, and I say, well, like Jala say, what I'm doing, nothing. I watch and learn. It's not important the language, it's important the feeling the emotion.
Yeah, like you live the moment.
Full of joy. Thank you very much. Gracias, mulțumesc. Danke, no, in German. It's also better. Thank you. Thank you.
And in Arabic, what you will say?
I don't know how to say no, salam. It's the other.
You say shukran.
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 Shukran. Oh, okay.
You
Next
say
time.
you say sabah al-khair.
Sabah al-khair. Okay. Nice one. This is good morning.
Oh.
So like Mr. Keshe say always, oh, good morning when you wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you achieve something.
Yeah.
And last time I don't. Mr. Keshe is not saying very much.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah.
We have advanced maybe.
Thank you all, and prepare for, I don't know, it's a meeting in USA tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Oh, Becky can express in Dutch. Wonderful. Yeah, thank you all.
I hope it's correct. I had to use the
It's
translator.
very correct. Very correct. Very good.
Becky, can you read it?
No.
At least try.
No. I think Fried heard me one time try to speak German.
Dutch.
Was it Dutch that time?
Yeah,
Was Stephanie? Or was that German? It was years ago. No, I don't do languages. I'm grateful that I can speak English. I've got one.
Yeah.
Love you all.
Love you. Yes. So Barbara, bye-bye. Ja, ik gebruik het zelf te doen.
Fried, Mr. Comforter's got his hand up. I don't know if you want to let him speak quickly.
Oh, yes, of course.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello there. How are you all?
I think we are doing very well together.
Great, wonderful. I have this idea. If it's possible, maybe before the meeting ends, to have a look back at what we've witnessed today, just briefly, at specific minutes.
Yes.
If it may be possible.
You mean the video that we saw from Austria?
Today's 344th Knowledge Seekers Workshop.
Yes. We showed the video from Austria.
Right.
So presentation of the exhibition.
Right, yes, indeed. I'm just
Do you
wondering.
mean that one?
Yes, indeed. The 344th Knowledge Seekers Workshop. I'm just wondering, just as a mass meditation purpose, if we're able to watch 2 hours and 22 minutes to just listen for a minute to what Mr. Keshe has to say.
2 hours, 22 minutes.
Yeah, I'm on a cell phone, otherwise I would do it on my computer.
Just one moment. I think that's the one.
Right around 2 hours and 22 minutes.
2 hours. 22 minutes. I don't know why it doesn't work. I have first to, and now I can probably, no, it doesn't work. I cannot go back with this one. I have another one lined up. Oh, I see it's turning around. So that's, just one moment, I try another one. I think my computer does not want, still not stopping.
Maybe can anyone else share it? I don't know. Maybe I could try to share it. I think I've had issues in the past.
Make you co-host.
Work. Stop the screen sharing.
You can try.
Okay. Screen. Don't know if the sound will work.
You have to check the sound first before you share.
I have to what?
You have to check
the sound.
It's not possible in the telephone.
It's not possible with a cell phone, right?
Yes,
Does anyone
I
have
try.
a computer that's able to share it?
I would, but I just, I'm out of luck.
Give it an attempt.
Yes, if nobody else has the opportunity, I may share it. Just give me a minute.
If I tell you which minutes, 2 hours and 22 minutes, 3
Just a
hours
moment.
and 20.
First thing is to put on the second monitor. Just wait till I get suited 1 or 2 minutes and then put the mark, please, in the chat, the time mark. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, thanks. Thank you very much.
Whilst you're waiting, I can quickly, I've got it loaded in the background. I'll see if I can quickly just share the screen and just play it. 2 seconds.
That would be awesome. Thank you, Dean.
Okay. I have it ready. Just
Yeah, it's better to share it from a computer than from the mobile, I think.
Okay, do you want me to stop sharing?
I'll just take over. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just checking the chat for the time mark.
2:22, as I understand.
That's correct.
Twenty-two, not 27, no?
We call
Yes, you have the sound.
Yes, I will close the microphone. If there is not coming a sound, just tell it to me. Thank you.
Free patent world in the dimensions of free access to knowledge and technology. How you all have shared it, how we all have brought it in. Is the knowledge of the man part of its transition? Now we evolved as much, or we're still evolving to understand the physical world. Now we go through the scientific evolution. We went through it in 50s and 60s in electronics. Now is the world of plasma, the world of advanced technology, world of understanding. The uniqueness of knowledge belongs to everyone. And then we take the next step. And then we see how we go, where we go. I think today's presentation to some of the world ambassadors and dignitaries of the different governments, when they turn up, there'll be a shock to them in how the whole evolution in science has to be taken up, that is with everyone. It's not one nation anymore, of Russia or China or whatever, but it's one nation of humanity who's going with it, who's evolving with it. I sit here today and look at this exhibition, and I look at more or less 50 years of work. Over half a century of dedication.
Where do we end? Should I play the next minutes?
Okay, yeah.
You started a sentence and then your voice was gone.
Not sure which part. I said okay.
Comforter, what are you trying to highlight here for us? Could you explain?
I think around 2 hours and 22 minutes are very important words Mr. Keshe is speaking about open source and teaching and all of mankind, as we've just heard him say. Becoming one nation, not being about division. I think that's my interpretation of his message to mankind. I'm not sure, maybe we could listen more from 3 hours and 10 minutes and 3 hours and 27 minutes. It was around those minutes, so maybe if you got it a few seconds before,
you needed to listen a little bit further, further, because it's speaking how it's create this work of foundation. It's putting together all the knowledge, which means one piece for me, one piece for you. It's putting together one piece for Jalal, from Klaus, or Iranian team, the Dutch team, the Belgian team, everybody. It's apporting everybody knowledge, and the main question is, it's starting to changing, that making the transition, or continue to live in this physical world. And about sharing, I don't know what in what point you are starting to listen, because always when you have one piece of video, 2 minutes, for example, is needed to watching before and after for taking the idea, because it's not in one phrase, you can lose the meaning of
Yeah, you're
what
right.
it
Okay. All right, look.
The context, you mean?
Go to 3 hours and 9 minutes, and let's see if we can handle 5 minutes of listening from 3 hours and 9 minutes.
Was that destiny that where one finished, a new start? Maybe. And are we changing the gas chambers with the chambers of life in the same city? And has mankind has changed so much in such a short time? When you touch the walls of the gas chambers, it brings you pain. When you touch the walls of these chambers, it gives you joy. And was that process part of the evolution of man? For us to be here today to appreciate peace. Has the wars of mankind finished in where he actually started? As we were walking through the building, you could feel, you could sense, you could feel a sense of life in the soil. You could feel it within the trees, the pain they went through. Would we touch these enhancement units in the future and feel the joy of life? So much before becomes pain. And would, with these units, we create peaceful leaders of the future, not only on this planet, but beyond? The answer is yes. Such a big contrast within the same city. One to become exclusive and one become inclusive. Has mankind matured to this point? Any other question?
I think also at 3 hours and 27 minutes, maybe a minute before that.
In what you need, the way you need, and at the same time financially supports the projects.
Chris has a nice comment in the YouTube. Says it's more beautiful than an arms exhibition. peace is more beautiful than war.
Pardon? Can you repeat?
Chris says in the YouTube, it's more beautiful than an arms exhibition. Peace is more beautiful than war.
In so many cases, so many ways, we need to do it. We have to do it. And we cannot stop. As I told you, we'll change the factories which make arms into factories to make tools of peace.
What if you had the exhibit in an actual arms exhibit? Maybe they would allow it, but it would be kind of funny, I think.
The world leaders have to decide on this and also finance it, and in how it can be understood. How mankind decides to go which way. Now we have a way. Pardon?
Would countries perhaps give these units to their enemies' countries to establish peace, to help promote peace in those other countries that they're in conflict with? Maybe
yes.
That's the war of the future. They'll be happy to give away these units to other countries in order to help establish peace in those countries. It only makes sense.
We'll see how it will come. We see how real, true philanthropists invest into this, into the knowledge, into the expansion of an extension of the knowledge. When you don't need any more vaccination, when nobody dies of viruses, so why do we need to produce these things? To what extent we want to produce these things. I've seen the changes of factories from arm to other things, but I've seen how people have changed, how people feel in that respect, to be there. No, how about?
That's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye. Yes, Mark, your remark, and this was only possible because collectively we could listen and add to it and give field strength. So that is that new thing that happened now, especially since 2000. For our new time. It happened, of course, before, but way back, Lemuria and places like that.
Can you mute Lee, please?
I don't see anyone who is not muted. Oh, Lee. Okay. He unmuted himself. He muted himself. So, dear friends, thank you for being part of this. Bedankt allemaal voor deze avond. Volgende keer hebben we een video om eruit te gaan. En nou, wil nog iemand wat zeggen? Is there someone who wants to add final words?
Yes, Fred. I would like to say thanks to the Deutsch community that allow us to be part of his and this teaching. Thank you all.
Thank you for everyone who contributed to this field that we have created together. It's like the Peace Dome. So more and more moments we create the Peace Domes in all different shapes and forms. And everybody can contribute. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Dank je, Fred.
Dank je, Fred.
Thank you,
Thank
Fred.
you.
Jullie allemaal.
Thank you.
Little love and light.
By the way, just one moment. Comforter, you did put something in the chat, 13 tribes, 12 of old and 1 new, BRB. Can you explain?
Well, let's say once upon a time the world was 12 ancient tribes and they all got lost, and then they discovered that they found their roots and reunited, and at the same time the world becomes one and a new tribe is born, you know, tribe of mankind that welcomes everyone. A new, you know, a new pathway that it doesn't knock away the old pathways. There's still 12 pathways. They, you know, they were and they always will be, but there's got to be a new way for mankind to also accept that anyone that isn't from those 12 pathways can also be accepted on the pathway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it's opposite, no? Like a disciple. One is the teacher, 12 is disciples, the students. Now here is 12 teachers and 1 student.
And we are all teachers and students. So we are both.
we have to unite.
Yes.
And it enables us all to become better teachers and students.
Let me see where I have that one.
Mi amor.
One of the co-hosts can mute Miss Lissy, please.
Yeah.
Comforter, I'd just like to say one last parting thing, in that there are many paths and there's been many tribes, but they've all come together as one, and there is one true path back home, and humanity is now on that path.
And I just want to share something to end. From another group that I'm part of. It's the 12 around 1, and each sector is an expression of a field, and it would encompass everything what is possible. It starts when I on the here justice, media, relations, science, spirituality, art, economy, education, environment, governance, health, and infrastructure, and in the middle, the hub. And we are busy with, let's say, find ways to organize in such a way that this can be the overcoupling structure for everything we want to do, so that we can find each other in the field. Yes, science, spirituality, but also relations and science, media relations. You can see enormous different connections.
We have all, but it's like Mr. Keshe say, when the spirituality meets the science.
I have to mute myself.
It's like reactors in the Chinese, in the equatorial. Through the one or two, you achieve the others. No? It's a beautiful image for sharing by education and choose, for example, science. You educate by science, you can achieve what? Justice, infrastructure, health, government, everything. You have it's an art meeting education and science. You can connect in every shape and form.
And it is also holographic, so every sector has every other sector in itself.
I
So
remember.
art has ecology, education, environment, governance, health, infrastructure, justice, media, relationship or relations, science, spirituality, and the hub. And all the other sectors also have every other sector. So it's a holographic structure, and we are working on it to bring that into the field.
One example is when Mr. Keshe is saying putting one drop of these gas, I don't know, zinc, copper, and everything else, putting one drop from the others, no, for creating the connection, bigger feeding the smaller.
Now, everything is connected to each other. And it's just one way, and it's the most practical way I have heard of, I have learned of. And it was developed by a woman. She died last year, and she was 90. So her whole life was circled around connections. She was maybe one of the best connected people in the world. And she developed this structure.
And these look like all a type of science. And I was just thinking of the phrase Mr. Keshe uses where science meets the soul, which is the hub.
Yes. Yeah. And of course the circle around, yes.
Thank you very much, because it's morning.
Hopefully we did feed from the energy that we gave each other.
Like always.
Yes.
I don't drink, I don't eat, I feel good.
Oh.
And I don't want to finish. When you say, oh, this meeting is ending, nobody move, nobody escape.
Yeah.
Fried, this also looks like the emblem for the Universal Council of the Keshe Foundation.
I tried to bring this into the Universal Council, because what the beauty of it is, when you look at all these different fields, you won't miss anything of the human expression. Everything is in it. It's one of the easiest ways to structure what we can build up. Because
it's obviously built on a truth, Fried, because it's the same principles and the same numbers. So it's obviously a very important universal number and of great significance for the universe and for mankind.
Yes, 12 around 1. Yeah. Like Ms. Keshe said today about the 12 enhancement, the 12 units. And
12 souls, Fried. 12 souls coming together as one.
Yes.
And I would imagine that's going to be quite a wonderful moment.
Yeah.
Maybe this is why the universal community are beginning the party, because they know that humanity has reached a point of almost a point of completion of an understanding and the ethos of the foundation.
Yes.
Based on universal knowledge.
So they can safely come now here in a certain way when the field is strong enough so that they won't be attacked anymore.
You know, Mr. Keshe has made reference to there's different levels in the universe, as we probably all know. And once he had drawn a picture of us, and then the next level up, we think these guys that fly the UFOs are so important. But he said these guys that are above that level, they're just a light. And then I'm thinking, are these people that flying, or beings that fly the UFOs, are they more physical than we are? And that's why they haven't discovered their soul after 1 billion years? Or is it just in their construction that doesn't allow that so easily to happen? Because he's often said we're in the same predicament as they are, or they're in the same predicament as we are, trying to get back to the mother. So I'm just wondering, are they more physical than we are?
In my understanding, the physicality is here on Earth, and we need that to see what our the consequences of our thoughts and so on Earth we can think something, and without understanding it becomes materialized, and that becomes our construct, and that's a unique experience, I think, on Earth. Otherwise you wouldn't have such an immediate feedback of a thought, of an idea. Also, we don't yet understand that it is working like that. Whatever we think becomes our world. That's one of my favorite quotes. And I have a beautiful symbol for that, font.
So thoughts manifest.
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly. That's why you need to take great responsibility for the thoughts that you create.
Very great.
And when you twist your thoughts, what has been done quite a lot in the world, is that you twist reality. You cannot twist reality. You can only keep it into a focus point where it's true. And if you want to make it a projection of yourself, the ego starts filling it in. You become creative, but outforce, like a force going out. And if you want to go in, or you want to read, you connect to everything outside of you, but more in a observing position, where you allow something else to speak. And if you push or pull, there's a big difference between that. So if you want to experience, let's say, your own creative thought, you take an empty piece of paper and you start drawing a picture. But that comes from yourself. If you connect with something outside of you, where you want to see what something else is telling you, you connect to that place and you experience what is present there. And then you discover that consciousness has a form of multidimensionality that flows like water, that goes everywhere. And the moment you see and feel, you realize that everything is one, connected, because this energy is just connected to the sun. So you get everything is in that high energy state, and we're part of that. So excluding that energy cannot be done. So it's there, it's always there. And you feel that if you connect to that higher energy, you basically see it everywhere, and you can influence it. You can feel it, you can see it, you can almost touch it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I think people are right. This is a field where if we unite as a people and we understand what this truly means, our whole planet is going to speak to the universe. We as a collective of people standing strong, like we are. We are proud people of what we are, but we need to be balanced for that to truly understand and feel, and then express ourselves to show that basically to us all. And that's a universal thing. As people, we need to grow up into something that expresses their ability to influence the world in a way that it becomes united in the same light. And that's then basically the light of our own soul.
Mm-hmm. So, thank you, everyone. Let's finish it. And it was a beautiful meeting. And, well, we did it together. So, thank you all. I have to look for...
Thank you.
My end.
Thank you, Fried. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you all. So, I don't know, I have lost my
Under more, you can end the meeting.
all right. Yes, you are right. Good. Goodbye. See you eventually next week.
Bye-bye.
Tot ziens allemaal.
See you all.
En